Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Well, who's here? Okay, well,
Hi, people.
if it's a very short show, it's a very short show. But I know better than to think that right now.
Eh,
What was that?
eh.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, let's start with our card for the collective first because we do have a birthday reading following. Mr. Angel Rivera. Well, I don't even know if he answered my question about tonight, but I'll just let him know it's there tonight. Okay, I am using the Moonology Messages Oracle. Thank you. All right, these cards are a little stiff. Ah, we have the Blood Moon. Courage. Hmm, where are you, Blood Moon? There you are. Okay, this card brings you courage. You're halfway through your current battle, and you have more left in reserves than you think. Be courageous. Humans often struggle with change, but sometimes change is absolutely called for. This may be one of those times. The more you refuse to budge on a situation now, the more painful the outcome may be. Sometimes the brave thing to do is compromise. Keep going and do what it takes, even if you're scared. As long as no one is being harmed, push through and do what you need to do. You're at the end of one cycle and the start of a new. What you don't willingly release now, if you know it has to go, could be ripped from you. So release your grip on a situation. The idea of blood is often a frightening image. However, blood is also a giver of life. Without it, we wouldn't last long. Your situation is as it should be. Breathe and then keep on going. Additional meanings for this card are do some shadow work. A change is coming. Don't cling onto the past. A portal of opportunity is opening up. And leave the past behind now for your own good. And just a little about the symbol. A blood moon happens at the time of a total lunar eclipse. The moon appears to turn deep dark red because she's being lit up by light that's passed through the Earth's atmosphere. Well, and I like this idea of courage. We all need to muster some courage these days. They're very trying times. I just want to say also, as far as this card goes, that why did it say something? Let me think. Let me think. Ugh, lost my thought. But I think it's all about letting go to and knowing when it's time to let go of something. People harbor resentments they should let go of rather than make big deals of. We have the Queen of Cups reversed tomorrow, and I think that kind of reflects on some of that, over emotionality can occur. And there are just things we should be able to let go of. Another thing that's interesting for tomorrow as well, I have the Oracle card of endings. And endings is what this is talking about, letting go of something that you need to let go of, not hold on. Sometimes endings, whether they seem bad, maybe they will be bad, but they often open the door to new beginnings. And so, we have to face up to the fact that it's a fact of life that some things end. And some things We need to have courage to get us through. That's what I have for the collective. Good luck with that.
All right, and we have a birthday spread reading for Angel Rivera.
One of our longtime followers, really. Angel Rivera, you're not here, but happy birthday to you.
The only person who may be a more long-time follower is Libra, who's in the
Libra.
chat.
Well, and there's Gina. Gina's been pretty much around right from the beginning. All right, so let's get a roll on here.
Are you wanting to shuffle too?
I do, thank you. Nice, easy ruffle deck. Oh, get it over to you. Okay, the first reading in the first card in the spread is the gift I received last year that you can use to make the most out of this year, Angel.
The reversed Two of Wands.
Well, some of your plans may have fallen through or failed. Maybe some strategies that you thought you would undertake and you did try didn't work out. These are gifts in that we learn from them, we grow from them, we determine better methods and things to, better approaches to things. And so you're starting off 2026 with some of the lessons from that will maybe help you better achieve what you desire in this next year.
Well, if you were last year hoping to gift yourself with a new vista to explore, a new path to take, that gift was a non-gift according to the Two of Wands perhaps, but still you received some benefit from that. And that could be, of course, the best laid plans, blah, blah, blah. This may be more significant. Of course, it may be that last year there was a plan and it might have been something really desired, but it didn't work out, and that left that impression on you that you would try to see around what those issues were or plan better so that this would never repeat.
I like it. Card 2, the gift of the present moment.
The Lovers.
Wow.
Upright.
Hubba hubba. Well, obviously, it's really interesting looking at the first card we spoke about and then going right into the Lovers in the present moment. It's as if now you're ready to make some really solid choices for yourself. And if it was like what Mr. O said, where, things just didn't come through, these adventures or new ventures, maybe this year you'll come up with a more solid choices to make things happen. It's possible too that maybe you'll just make better choices regarding what you think you can accomplish in this year ahead as opposed to what you can't or might be more fanciful.
It's because you're number 2, Ari.
Here. Oh, hi, Ari. Yeah, you're only number 2. We got a low list tonight, Ari. But you never know, so it's good you came early.
And we are doing a birthday reading right now, so we haven't started the regular readings yet.
And you know what? I haven't posted the list, so let me do that. There you go.
Don't know. Sometimes it is really slow on Thursdays, but this is incredible in a way.
Well, I have a feeling people will start coming in, but we'll see. I think it's going to be a shorter night for sure.
I need him off of that.
Oh,
wait, I didn't talk about, did I? The gift of the present moment?
yes.
All right, so perhaps this choice or this decision to do something new or different has come back to you. I sort of indicated that maybe there was a failed choice at the beginning, but now maybe, this idea of the gift of the present moment is that you are able to see yourself choosing again. Maybe it's not the exact same decision path to take, that kind of thing, But the gift of the present moment is that feeling really that you have this opportunity again to make this choice again.
And you know what? I just want to add something else to that particular card, Angel. I think that the gift of the present moment is also this idea that in 2026, you really are going to allow yourself to really come through. And I mean, your true, authentic self. No games, no funny stuff, no putting on airs. You're not that kind of person anyway. I understand that. But I mean, I think this is a time where you're going to realize that authenticity really matters, and doing right by yourself and by people, in your sphere of influence is the right thing to do.
All right, card 3 is the gift from your connections with others in the next year, and it's the reversed Knight of Swords.
Hmm. Well, I have to say that there might be some contention with some other people in the year ahead, whether this is on social media, whether this is in your professional life, or whether this is in your personal life. There could be some cutting words. Maybe you'll be dealing with some situations even where you yourself might speak before thinking about or do something before thinking about what might be the ramifications. And so just try to take more calculated time. Focus on the energy of the Lover's card, which really wants to make you wants to see that you do the right thing.
Well, the gift from your connections with friends could be that whether they meant to or not, whether you mean to or not, there may be a sort of slowing you down effect, like making you pause a little bit. When the Knight of Swords is reversed, they maybe don't have exactly all of that speed or even that sense of direction. So maybe others will pause you in a way that allows you to think a little bit more about choices or things you're doing.
Well, okay, card 4.
The gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams and goals. And it's another knight. It's the Knight of Pentacles. And
Nice.
so that couldn't be clearer. It's sort of like a sense of patience, but also being able to pace yourself and being able to stick with goals and just move towards them.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's anything else that needs to be said other than, it seems like you'll have the resources that you need. Or you're going to make things fluid enough where you will have what you need at the time you need them. I think you're going to pace yourself. I think you're going to methodically tackle your dreams and goals in this year ahead, and that can only spell success. People rush too fast. They think that they're in a race or something, to get to the finish line. There's none of that here, because the journey to you is going to be as equally important as the end result itself.
Well, I think you illuminated that pretty well afterwards.
Thank you.
All right, card 5, the gift from your spirit guides or your ancestors, and or what do they want you to know in order to keep in mind in the next year? Nice.
What is that?
Strength.
Strength. Oh,
Upright.
you got the lovers upright and you've got strength upright. That's pretty
And is
cool.
the Mexican wrestlers, is that luchadors? I'm not sure.
Luchadors.
Luchadors, yes. Anyway, hi, Rowan. We'll get you on the list.
I have you on the list, Rowan.
All right. So the gift of your ancestors is, of course, the strength of your bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
But from your spirit sense, too, there's a spiritual bloodline or a spiritual connection, and that could be all the people that you are connected through spiritually or bloodline who also were mystics or practitioners of wise arts and crafts. This is what they give to you, is that strength. And that strength, of course, is realizing, understanding, and being able to work with human emotion and compassion is, in fact, the greatest strength.
Well, I just think your strength is totally derived from your roots, from your ancestral line, from your bloodline. You're strong. You know how to You know how to use your strength wisely, not carelessly, not in a pushy manner, but just understanding the right time to give things a push, the right times to slow things down and not have to pressure. And I feel like maybe if this wasn't a parent or it could be a grandparent. I feel like it was somebody, in your more recent bloodline that may have given you this, this sense of courage and right action, and virtue that is what strength is about. Applying strength, brute force with heart. It's just a great concept. I really like the strength card in the tarot.
So finally, card gift the year. The gift the year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned, or what progress or growth have you achieved by this year's end? And that's by your next birthday. And it's the sun.
You've got three
So
major
you got
arcana in this
you got
reading.
three major arcana, which is
Well,
great.
hello.
And so the sun says you can have it all. The gift is you can have it all. You can have a total illumination, like I just said a moment ago, of understanding what you need to know in your life, the knowledge, the wisdom you need to know. But this is a good card for family connections and for love in your family. And to me, it further strengthens or enhances things like the card it's next to, strength.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do feel everything else he said there. This is going to be a very successful year for you.
Happy birthday.
Angel, we're doing it right now. We're making this is going to be a very successful year for you, and perhaps even a momentous one of some sort. With all these major arcana in the reading, it kind of indicates this is an important year for you, one way or another. Success will be achieved. Your health will be pretty. I think you'll have a lot of vitality and energy in this year ahead. By year's end, you're just going to be really feeling good about where you are. There's no doubt about that, getting that at the end of the reading. So let's just recap a little quickly,
Sure.
quickly here. I got to
So
see the
it
cards.
started with the reverse Two of Wands as the gift from last year.
I really do like some of what you said there. I feel here too that maybe if some trips or some different things you had planned did not turn out, some new exciting things you wanted to do or work on, you learn from that, and maybe it will, you will start up again this next year and give it another go.
Right, you had to make a change. So, like I had said, was the gift was really a non-gift because you
Yes.
didn't get what you thought you're going to get, and that kind of moved into the lovers too, indicating that maybe there's a possibility that this, in my interpretation, this choice is reoccurring for you again, or it's similar, or it's a reflection of whatever that was, and at this time it looks like it's more likely this choice will happen for you. The lovers.
And card two, we've got the lovers, and all I can say is the gift of the present moment is really kind of an internal external harmony. There's just a real, sense of fullness of yourself in the present moment, and also this desire to make the right choices and right decisions for yourselves and the people in your sphere of influence.
So then card three was the reversed Knight of Swords, and that represented the gift from your connection with others. And I felt that maybe because the Knight of Swords is normally a speedy kind of guy, that maybe your connections were others were saying, hey, Angel, you need to pause a little bit, maybe slow down and use the sword energy to think around certain situations or questions you're involved in.
Well, I would just add to that I also feel that some of your connections with others might be a little dicey in the year ahead. Some cutting words, some cutting actions, maybe some things that were best left unsaid or undone by either you or the people that you're dealing with. Okay.
All right, and so card four was another knight, the Knight of Pentacles upright, and that's the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move towards your goals.
Wow. Pacing yourself, biding your time, No need to push the envelope, and even you've got strength, you've got all these cards here saying that, you have what you need to get ahead and you know it or to move forward on your goals. All the material things are in place. Just pace yourself
Yeah,
and
pacing.
enjoy the journey.
Card 5 was the gift from your spirit guides and or ancestors, and
Beautiful.
what do they want you to know or keep in mind? And it was strength, which we thought was so cool.
We do, because you get a lot of strength from your bloodline.
Yeah.
And I also feel that maybe, a relative or a family member that had more recently passed on, not a distant ancestor, may really have influenced this in some way or are trying, are offering you that strength now. You had something to say, though, I thought.
About strength?
Yeah.
I thought I just did.
Oh, okay.
Or
Go
I
ahead.
don't remember. I I'm having a brain moment.
That's okay.
I think your ancestors really do kind of come through in terms of that sense of the bloodline as well as the mystical energies that maybe previous connections had in terms of mystical arts or crafts that they practice, so that it's just a continuity that they feel with you.
And finally, the sun. Honestly, like I said, you probably heard what we said. It's a stellar year, and you'll have a lot of energy, motivation, joy out of whatever you're doing in this year ahead. It just seems really, really positive for family relations, for your health, and for what you're trying to accomplish.
And I hope you don't think I was pandering by picking this deck. I had actually selected the deck because I had used it live in a while. And then I didn't realize I was going to be doing the birthday spread, and I had already picked it. But
It sounded perfect
happy
to me.
birthday.
You picked that one.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Yes, happy birthday to you, Mr. Rivera. Let's keep that faith. I know. I guess I should couch it all by saying as good a year as we're allowed to have in this country next year. Oy vey. Anyway.
And SP came in too after Rowan. Hi there, SP. Happy New Year.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. I'm going to update the list. And so we're up to 5 now. And we're moving
Thank you, Angel. I really like it too. I should use it more often. A year or so ago, I was using it a lot on Goth Tarot, and then I moved on to different decks, but maybe it needs to make a comeback. And we are very grateful to know you, so we thank you too for being in our lives.
Yes, thank you so much. You're a longtime follower. We're more than happy to do this for you every year. Well, as long as we're here. Anyway, good luck in the year 2026, Mr. Rivera. All right, Libra Cusp is asking for a general. I think I don't have anybody else's questions, but that's my fault. So I'll see
Yes.
what I can do about that.
Yes, we're going to rag you for questions.
Well, it's such a short list, I should be able to move back. But
I think we can.
all right, Libra, let's see what I've got for you. Use this deck. I have a mini edition of that deck. I have one. I got one somewhere, and I'm so glad I got a version of it because that is so nice. It is really a beautiful deck.
It's a very deep deck. Sometimes I don't always feel like I'm really, understanding some of the nuance of some of those cards. But it's great. I like it.
Okay, so
Yes, Mr. Sunman.
Mr. Sunday
Behaving.
came for your birthday reading. Or
Behaving.
he's waiting for Kara.
It's always possible.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Rowan. Oh, where's my Leonard? There they are.
Yes, I brought the tiles out. Okay, Libra. General reading. Okay, you start out with the Page of Swords upright. Another court card. We've got the Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, and the Lovers is here in my deck. I love this. It's called Sky and Earth. Nice.
And our first Lenormand is the Tower.
Hey, Sonny lost a pound this year, didn't
And the
he?
Moon, yes, he lost a pound.
Shadow lost a couple, I think. So.
And we got him on probiotics, which was helping
Their
one of his
problems.
problems. So that was good.
All right, so let's take a look at this. We've got the Page of Swords, right? Did I say?
Yes.
Yes. The Page of Swords. So I think generally, Libra, communication is key to something here. I think communication, you're going to be engaging in discussion, hopefully, constructive discussion. I think here too that, might be involving some ideas that you or someone else has, and maybe there's some debate about, should we proceed with this or not? Is this good or not?
What's that second card?
The second card is a knight, and I think,
It's the Knight of Cups.
can I see it again? Because I'm not sure.
I can see it now. It's the Knight of Cups reversed.
Yes, it's the Knight of Cups.
Because it's a little, lightish.
And go ahead. Do you want to start with that? Because I'm going to
No,
tie that
well,
into it.
I'm tying it into it right here because to me, this is saying there's a matter that you need to be pretty diplomatic about, but you have to be confront, and it may be about, a romantic or emotional issue that is maybe a little off-putting. Maybe there's somebody who is upset or maybe you're the one upset. Something's not quite right in the emotional feels department, and it may be a little bit more challenging for you, or you just need to remember to keep most of your good communication skills to not necessarily over emotionalize the issue.
Okay, I'm just going to recap it just slightly and say that I was talking about communication and maybe this idea that, somebody has some great plan or idea they want to run by you, an epiphany of some sort, or you maybe running it by others, whether it's a family matter in the household, whatever the case may be. But this the Knight of Cups is indicating to me that there's mixed emotions about this. I think that people will keep things positive here. That's the good news. I do believe this will be a positive engagement, but some people have mixed feelings about this. And it could be you. You might be the one. And so, we're just going to have to work out the finer points or try to get everybody on the same page or decide if everybody's all in or not.
Well, is it moving towards that final card, the Lovers, then? The idea that
Making a choice.
maybe there's a choice out of, this kind of dialogue that needs to happen.
I agree.
And that maybe it represents, a good change or a big change for somebody. Hi, Fire Spawn.
Oh no, the list is very short tonight, Fire Spawn. We'll get you on it.
So the whole thing may be, a discussion about some emotional issues, but it may lead towards a good change or, being supportive of a good change.
Okay.
Hi, Kara.
Oh, hi, Kara. I just posted the list. Sonny just left. He was waiting for you.
He got tired of waiting for
He
you.
probably went to grab a bite to eat. I'm sure he'll be back. All right. Okay. So I just want to say about the Lovers, yes, Mr. O is absolutely right. So from what I've said here, obviously all of this and the back and forth emotions and trying to work it out, everybody kind of keep a level head, but people are mixed feelings about it. I think people ultimately the right choice will come out of this. And I think the key to all of this is that middle card. It is that middle card. Can you keep your emotions balanced enough where people won't get too overly emotional and upset the apple cart here? If emotions are kept in check, everything should be the right decision will be made.
Perhaps that's even a little bit there in the Lenormand. You know, the moon can be about changing things too. It may have a different kind of meaning in the Lenormand, but sometimes from a symbolic point of view, I see that as being about changes, you know, a waning in, a waxing out kind of thing. And then the tower representing the sense of, you know, wanting to feel secure or possibly alone. It can have, you know, more institutional kind of leanings too.
It is an interesting thing here because it almost sounds like success is just coming from everybody going their own way in a way. And maybe that will be the ultimate decision. Maybe that will be is that people have to do, okay, you want to do this and you're on your own. And I'm on my own doing my own thing. So it just may be that the best way to keep the peace is to just let everybody do what they want to do and not try to control the situation.
He's looking at you.
Yep, he's arrived. That's what we have for you. I don't think I could add anything to that. Good luck with that.
Right.
All right, I am going to try to go back and forth and look at stuff so I don't have to post it.
I can do that for you.
I need to read some of the ones that are longer with more nuance. Tell me if any of the guys I liked actually liked me back, or any of the guys I liked actually turned out to be the right person, wrong timing. This sounds too multi-pronged to me. I'm not sure how I could do it. Well, it's your deck. What do you think?
Can you try to synthesize the question?
Let's see. Or was it really that absolutely none of them were meant for me? I guess we should just see if any of the guys liked you. Because to me, if they did like you, I think it stands to reason then that it must have been the wrong timing. Why would they have not pursued this further? So something made it the wrong timing, if that's the case. So I think we should just stick with the first part of it and see if we can deduce the rest. What do you think?
Yeah, right. I mean, basically, that seems to be where you start as, did any of them really like you? From knowing that from the beginning, that is a good way to look at that. All right, I'm going to use my English Magic Tarot. Once I figure out which way it's facing.
Okay.
And of course, if the answer is vague, we can do the yes or no.
Sunny.
The first card is the Three of Wands reversed. The second one was the Queen of Cups upright. And the last one was the Knight of Cups upright.
Well, this is odd. Here, I'm not really sure I understand what we're going to do with this one.
The key. The Tower. Well, I'm going to start with this.
Okay.
If the basic question was, did any of these fellows like you at all, or was this just, you know, something else? And the Three of Wands reverse gives me the impression that maybe for some of them, they just didn't feel the opportunity they wanted was there, or they didn't think it was an opportunity they were going to want to take advantage of. That may be kind of general gestalt. The Queen of Cups represents a great degree of emotionality, and the Knight of Cups represents the movement towards something possibly, you know, more emotional, romantic. I'll let you jump in.
Sure, I'm going to get a little more specific with that because I think the Knight of Cups indicates
Oh, I'm coming back.
somebody, oh, I'm sure you are. Somebody is definitely was interested in you. Somebody cared about you. Somebody loved you, or liked you enough to want to maybe,
Pursue.
consider taking this further. The Queen of Cups here indicates too that others, felt some feelings towards you. They found you to be very likable. I mean, with the Queen of Cups here, they cared about you a little bit. They did. I feel here though. I think that some of them, it just was a matter of you just didn't fit in where they felt they were going with their lives. And I kind of feel here because that card is very interesting when it's upright. It's kind of like people anticipating, the future and what's coming to them and where they go from here. And so if I look at this in a romantic relationship, I'm thinking in terms of, well, they like you, but do they really see themselves with you 10 years from now, 20 years from now, whatever the case may be, 5 years from now, even? And were they looking so that they moved on? That they moved on. It's not that they did not like you, but they just did not feel that they had their future tied in with you going forward. And when I look at that card there, I do think somebody may have been interested. So to me, that one might be where I would say to you, yes, it could have been a situation of the timing just wasn't right.
I can't disagree, and I thought that was pretty masterful of you.
Oh, thank you.
That Three of Wands is the really lead card here because I think it just says that from either of you being your own separate personalities, autonomies, there was no way to really align where you wanted to see the relationship go. They didn't want it to go necessarily only the way you wanted to go, and vice versa. You didn't want it to go the way they did. I agree with Benji. I think that those high degrees of emotionality expressed there suggests that somebody did care about you. But I think the overall feeling is, and I think we're going to see that more with the Lenormand perhaps, is it just wasn't going to align the way both parties would have liked. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we could check into that for you. Um, it's funny. I wasn't sure what to do with this at first, and now I think I do, Ari. The key here might have been marriage. People either weren't ready for that step or thinking about having a serious relationship, or maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm not judging you, and I'm not sure, so I'm just going to throw it out there. But if you ever brought up thoughts of anything more longer term with any of them, that might have been an issue because they just weren't ready for that. But either way, I think marriage was the issue. Like I said, some people here were just not seeing that for the future.
Yeah, that's a pretty good summation there. And I don't want to, draw conclusions or necessarily put a gravity there, but that's what it is some people can align that way, some people cannot. I have a relative who's a close relative in my life. They were married and had children, and then they had a bitter divorce. And ever since then, they would date and even live with somebody. But when the word marriage or permanence started to come back into a conversation, that relationship would end. Some people are like that, and more often than not, it tends to be men. I'm sorry.
No surprise there. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that, Ari. I hope that gave you some info. If you, maybe come up with a different way to look at this issue, we might be able to try it again for you.
Right. I mean,
detail.
obviously, you are capable of attracting strong emotional feelings from people and vice versa. So that's really where you should begin working from, is the emotional feels. You should know that. I know you do.
All right. Good luck with that. And we are on Rowan.
Rowan.
General guidance.
General guidance.
All right.
Hi, Berlin.
Hey,
Happy
Berlin.
New Year. If we haven't already said it to you. And I'm just going to take a moment to remind everybody, Happy Hour is our next live show this Saturday. It will be at 10 a.m. No?
It will be. We forgot something. It's also fourth quarter moon.
That's going to be in the evening. It'll be at 4 p.m. I've already been announcing that too.
Okay.
I just don't have a screen for it.
Happy
But right,
and unhappy on the same day.
come on, get happy and then get unhappy. But when you get unhappy, it's also kind of giving you some tools to help you get happy again. So it kind of all works out.
Hi, Marita.
Hi, Maria. Not bad. The following Saturday, the 17th, happy hour will be later because I have a morning engagement. So you'll be aware of that.
Oh, okay.
That's the following Saturday,
Oh, Saturday.
the 17th.
All right.
Yes, Marita, we will add you.
We've just been having a lot of appointments and stuff. Holy moly.
Well, that's work, actually.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Saturday, the 17th.
Ah. Okay, general guide.
All right, Kara, thank you.
Okay, start with that. We have the Nine of Winter Wands reversed. We have the Winter Empress upright. And the Ten of Winter Pentacles reversed. Oopsie.
And it's the lady, so that could be yourself, that could be somebody else. And the whip.
Well, general guidance here seems to be that there's something. Well, it could be two things. I'm kind of torn. I'll have to think about it as I do the rest of the cards at some point. But that Nine of Winter Wands reversed could indicate that, something that maybe you are hoping for and maybe you were fighting for, planning or preparing for, is just not working. Is I think you're going to end up having to throw the towel in on. It's not worth the effort. It almost seems like, or you will feel that way ultimately, and so you might want to give up on it. And I guess I'll leave it at that for now. I have another idea, but I want to think about it as I go through the rest of the cards.
Okay, to me, that card represents a challenge you don't feel you can make, that you may back down from. It just sort of feels like something is challenging, but you don't feel you can make do with that or you can meet that challenge. Is it possibly the Winter Empress, the idea that there are some creative or productive things you need to do? You need to be able to focus yourself on production of some sort, whether it's for yourself personally or whether it's for something to enhance another aspect of your life, your material side. But something is challenging that or challenging your way towards that, and you're not exactly sure you're going to meet that challenge, maybe. Or
Oh,
I just ended pregnantly.
okay.
Lovely.
I guess with the Empress, I would think here that this might be about, now that it seems like you're throwing in the towel on that, it's time for you to challenge yourself to come up with more creative ideas on either getting what you wanted that didn't work out or moving in a new direction, coming up with new ideas on what you should really be spending your time and your energy on, and what should you be growing in your life right now. This is the beginning of a new year, so this is the perfect time If we haven't done it at the end of last year, it's the perfect time now to set things in motion to get things right for your year ahead.
So with that reverse Ten of Pentacles over there, I wonder too if this has something to do in your family, in your home life, in an area that maybe you consider to be your personal sense of strength or foundation, something that you feel supports you. So if it's not physical home, it could just be a camaraderie of people around you, whether they're family or friends. But maybe this challenge or decision affects that in some way too. I mean, maybe you have to make changes, or maybe you have to find ways to help or support others even who maybe need that too. Maybe that card indicates that the problems are something you're going to be able to help with, but they concern those around you.
Yeah, with the Ten of Pentacles there, it's either your financial stability and security long term, or, that you're trying to figure out how to shore up, or it could be about family matters, how to, I just gonna throw just ideas out there as examples, how to pay for a child's education, how to, take care of certain bills coming in, how to better manage, day-to-day expenses in your life. Whatever the case may be, there needs to be some strategic planning now, because things aren't where they need to be. And I sort of feel that it likely is tied into this card. So whether this is about finding some stable employment or some stability just in your family financial affairs, ways to save money more, or ways to, save for what you need to buy for your home or yourselves. It's something maybe related to all of that.
In a way, the Nine of Wands could be saying that there's just something you need to be able to stand up for. You need, and it may be, for yourself, your concerns mostly.
You might be ready to give up on some things, but maybe some other creative approaches, as evidenced by the Empress there, might change things around.
It could back you up in some ways. So with the Lenormand, we have the whip, and it influences the lady. The lady could be you, or it could just be the sense of somebody in this environment or question. But it may be indicating really that this is a timely manner in some ways, in that if there is action to be taken, whether it's even just dialogue or having dialogues, the sooner you do it, maybe the better.
I like that, but I'm also going to say the whip is a funny one, and it can be read a variety of ways, but I go with timing or just the immediacy. You crack the whip, that means going fast. But it also has attributes of anger and kind of frustrated feelings and taken out on others.
Ooh.
Don't let your frustrations get the better of you, is what I'm just going to say here. If something is really bothering you, this failure to achieve the financial or material goals that you have set for yourself, well, don't get mad, get busy. Don't get mad. Put that energy into moving things in a more positive direction.
All right.
So good luck with that.
Good luck, Merwin.
Okay, we are on SP now. Okay. Okay, we added you. I'm not sure I see a question.
I'm going to look for it.
I
Do that.
saw where they came in.
Hi, SP. Yeah, they did not add their question yet.
So we'll give you a few minutes.
Right. So tomorrow is the Emotional Exchanges. It's my weekly show for the signs of the zodiac. And I run 3 cards, well, 3 or more cards. The first card is your emotional vibration for the week, the energy around you. Your second card is the emotional challenge, what you may have to confront or challenge. And then the third card is who may be coming towards you and possibly why. And of course, when they're coming towards you, it's an emotional reason, but it's not necessarily because they think you're cute. Maybe they have a bone to pick with you. So at any rate, that's 7 a.m. tomorrow for each sign of the zodiac. I have it time stamped so you can go right to your part, and I would love it if you check that out.
Well, thanks for the feedback, Ren. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Really worth knowing that. Appreciate that. Good luck, of course.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Also, we'll give Ren or whoever one more moment.
Yeah,
SP.
SP, this is your last chance. We're going to be moving on.
But just mentioning, we'll be back Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. And we're actually up to 858 followers.
It's going fine, Sub. Yes, we can
Hi, Sub.
add you. We'll add you to the list.
Yep, we have not closed it yet. All right, so I think we're going to move on from SP. If they come back, maybe we can add them.
Yeah, I'm not going to put them back on for now because I'm not sure if they asked to be added, though, so I don't know what happened. Okay. So Fire Spawn is up.
Hi, Fire Spawn. So far, Sab, not so bad. Barely over the first week. Do you want me to look for that?
You can try. Fire Spawn sometimes likes to ask it at the end, but we'll give you just a couple minutes, Fire Spawn, and then we're going to move on.
So we do know what Kara wants at Fire Spawn.
Yep.
Country Love. Hey there.
Oh, I guess I'll add that.
Hope you had good holidays and Happy New Year.
We're up to 10 now. But of course, we lost one person already. It looks like we might lose another.
I'd say we're on the verge of losing the next one.
Last call for Fire Spawn. Right now, let us know you're here.
Not too bad. I mean, being older, it's kind of, sedate. But we did make it up to midnight.
Yes, Mr. O made it. I think this is the first year in a couple of years you made it.
It could very well be.
I always make it. I do my ritual changing of the calendars. I do card readings and different things. So,
Well, I think we're going to move on from Fire Spawn. And that will be Kara.
all right, Kara, let's see. I don't do this one usually two front and bottom, top and bottom, but let's give it a try.
It's possible I had a slight doze earlier, but yeah, it is remarkable if I make it up to midnight, Angel.
Angel. I'm a late nighter these days, ever since retirement, and so I was up. I was up watching the Dick Clark whatever show for hours after. All right, so I am using the Moonology Messages deck for you, Kara. Let's see what we get. I do like this deck. I used it the other day for the collective. Yeah, no, I hear you. I get that. I try to drag myself up for seeing Mr. O off to work. I'm pretty successful with that, actually. I really am good with like 6, 7 hours sleep. As long as I sleep. When I can't sleep, it's a nightmare. So, Yeah.
You know you need that coming.
Oh, what's this, Kara? I've got your top card. Let's see what's on the bottom. Wow, this is interesting. Okay. The Law of Attraction, Moon Mastery, is the top card. And then Cleansing is the bottom card. What is that, Moonrise?
Moonrise.
Moon Mastery and Moonrise. Let's see. Moon Mastery, the Law of Attraction. Whatever you want, you can make it happen. Trust yourself and your power to create. Work your magic. You have mystical powers that you've used in the past and that you can call upon again now. This card calls on you to work with the law of attraction. The more you believe in yourself and your power to create, the more you will see you are actually already doing that. So do it consciously. The intentions that you've set for yourself have untold powers. We humans don't realize how powerful we are until we start to play with our magical energies. Embody your intentions now and work towards them in whatever practical way you can as you move in the direction of your goals. Start by becoming really clear about your desires. Once you have that clarity, write down your wishes at the next new moon. Just doing that will galvanize your intentions and steer your next steps. Visualizing your dreams will also help you to achieve whatever you're aiming for right now. Feel your wishes as real and already come true. Feel it in your body. You can create your desired outcome. And additional meanings for the card are: you've made magic before, you can make it again. Expecting the best will often attract it. Self doubt stops manifestations. Distance yourself from naysayers. Speak your intentions into being. Wow, this almost backs up, I think, that last reading we did with you with Odin, who is trying to tell you, hey, you can get things done. You can get things going. I think here, that's just it. You just have to try to believe it more, and you just have to think positive. Don't shoot down yourself down before you even try something, I think is one
It's
of the.
probably a lot to do with the astrology right now, too. I think there's a lot of things that enhance and corroborate with our own strengths and desires to do things. So take advantage of it.
Okay, they look to be in order, but I can't find. Oh, it's Moonrise, isn't it? Maybe I was looking for the wrong thing. Hold on. Moonrise. Haha. Cleansing. Drawing this card suggests that you've been through a very difficult situation from which you're finally now emerging. Even though you're nearing the end of this challenging period of your life, or perhaps are already there, you still have energetic cords or attachments you need to clear from your life. Think of them as energetic debris that needs to be washed away by time and intention. Just as we can see the moon rise nearly every night in the skies, so you too are nearly always able to process upsets with some effort. You need to carry this cleansing of your body, mind, and spirit, or you risk remaining stuck in the past. Sit under the moonbeams and ask her to cleanse you. Ask Archangel Michael to cut your cords to the past. Take regular salt baths. Most importantly, set the intention that you're cleansing yourself of the past so that you may face a happier present and a brighter future. Once you're cleansed, you can start over in a way you may not have even believed was possible. Additional meanings. Something in the situation needs to be cleared. Use sage to clear your home energetically. You are emerging cleansed. Integrity and truth will win the day. Be kind, but also be honest. You know what? At first I thought, oh, how am I going to fit this in with the other card? But then something totally clicked in my head, and I really kind of like this idea here. Trying to find Moon Mastery again, doggone it, because I need it just for one thing. Here it is. It wasn't even that far away from here. Um, Expecting the best will also attract it. So I feel here, Kara, what you really need to cleanse is all those things that are telling you you can't do it. And the negativity or the self doubts. You need to cleanse yourself of all of that and think more positive thoughts about what it is you want to accomplish.
Here comes the wrench.
Oh, oh,
There's
no, not necessarily.
there's a snake. And there's abundance.
Well, okay, there may be abundance of self-deception going on here. There may be abundance of self-deception in that, you feel you're not self-sabotaging yourself, but maybe you really need to stop and think about it. Am I sabotaging myself? Am I? Because I think there's an abundance of denial here or something about either your abilities to accomplish something, or this idea that you feel, well, no, I'm not thinking anything. I'm not thinking negative thoughts. Maybe you are. I almost think that kind of magnifies what I was saying there about doing the cleansing. So just even if you don't feel it, try to feel it. Try to feel the fact that you want to cleanse any negative vibes off of you, any self doubts, any of those little voices inside telling you, stay in your lane. Don't step outside the bounds. Don't try anything. Just stay where you are. Don't believe it.
I like that. I mean, I feel that, the oracles are very positive, and
Yeah.
so I think they give you the ideas of what's going to happen. But the Lenormand are just saying, also remember, that sometimes, your intentions can be led astray by your own self-doubts or by other, things going on. So be aware of that. You can always pull yourself back on the track, really, because once you recognize that, you just kind of go back and do it over again. So good luck, Kara.
I believe Jasmina's the only one that entered after
Yes, that
Katrina.
is correct. Hi, Jasmina.
Thank you. We had a couple people bow out, so we have room now.
Right, Jasmina came after country. So if you have up to country, then we're good.
So good luck. Let me post the list again. Good luck with that, Kara.
All right. And good luck, and you're welcome. And it looks like Zara will be next.
That is correct. Sarah had a very deep question.
All righty.
Um, well, she wants, it's her mother's birthday today. She passed in 2024. She still feels the void and the loss, the need for her support, compassion, collaboration, and assurances. So she wants to know if there's any messages, resonation. So your deck,
The Ghost Tarot.
okay, sounds
I'm
good.
bringing all the right decks today. We brought
Good.
Angel's right deck.
I had something so fluky happen today. Do you mind while you're shuffle if I talk about
Go
it?
right ahead.
Our cards for the collective of the Oracle tomorrow are endings and mail, mail, like postage mail. And so that basically means getting news in writing of something that's coming to an end, okay? Well, I ended up pulling those cards this morning before I started my day. I didn't write it, but I pulled them. And then I went out and did my workout, and I went to a store that I really like, a health food store that I get some supplements from. And we know the people that own the store. And they told me today that they're closing in 2 weeks, that they've sold the building and they're retiring. They've been in business for 20 years, so I'm very happy for them. But I was so shocked and saddened to hear that it was coming to an end. So, sometimes endings have silver linings. I can't feel bad for them, right? And sometimes they don't. And sometimes endings are good. You want something to come to an end, like a certain belligerent presidency.
Hi, Alicia.
Oh, hi, Alicia. Oh my, we can add you. We can definitely add you still.
I like that area, and I think the truth is in the middle between what you're observing and maybe what our cards are indicating. I do think that, even if they are involved, it doesn't mean that they don't feel something, you know. We're all human. We might like people that we know we don't really should be thinking about, you know, romantically. But I also think too that, you know, it was what I was saying at least about that alignment. So I think, you know, that's what it is in a way. You're very welcome, of course.
Well, you know, guys are pretty good at playing their cards close to their chest in relationships, you know? And so it's no surprise to me. And that's not saying some of them didn't have feelings, but they weren't going to let them out necessarily, especially if they were determining they didn't want to take the relationship any further. So,
So, as I mentioned, for Zara's reading, I'm using my Ghost Tarot. I like the Ghost Tarot because it really makes me think about how we communicate with ourselves about the beyond, let alone the possibility that the beyond can communicate to us. And I just want to look at your question one more time. Right. That's what I thought. The first card is the Queen of the Wands.
upright?
It's upright. And the second card is Strength reversed. And of course, the lion is the ghost that you normally see in Strength. And the final card is the reversed King of Swords. So guidance, resonance, a message.
Hold on.
And it's the child. And the book. All right, that first card was the Queen of Wands upright.
Yes, and I feel here, wow, I almost feel I don't know what I'm going to do with that King of Swords, but I do feel with the king, with the Queen of Wands, and the card in the middle, the Strength card reversed. Your mom feels you have a lot to. She's very proud of you. She's very proud of you. She feels that you were a light in her life, I think. I feel here that she feels that between these two cards in particular, she would like to help you and have you realize she's here to guide you. I'll get to that later because of the Lenormand, I think. But I feel here she wants to see you not be afraid, to have the courage to assert yourself more and to shine your light more to others. Not to be afraid now, not to be, you know, she knows you miss her. She understands that, I'm sure. But she feels here now you have so much to offer others. And now is the time to shine your light and be an example to other people, you know, whether it's in the family, whether, you know, it's in, you know, your culture or your society. She wants you to be a light for others, whether it's in your career.
Hi, Firespawn. Glad you made it back.
I'm maybe going to add you at the end, Fire Spawn, but I guess I will now
I
because
already-
we didn't reach our maximum.
Okay.
Okay.
I already
If
wrote
we
the
did, I
message.
would have said no. Go ahead.
Okay, so I almost feel like the Queen of Wands, in a way, Zara, could represent you. It could, or not you, her, your mother. That could be the spirit of your mother saying, be brave, be provocative, be forward, be noble, be courteous, be charming. She's saying, be like her. I don't know if that's what she was really like or not. I do feel like maybe it's a quasi message. It could be saying that she sees that in you too because she saw it in herself. The Queen of Wands is really somebody who conquers by captivating, and it doesn't necessarily mean just through sensual, you know, means. It could just mean through being charming itself. The Strength reverse is a little different for me.
Okay.
I sort of feel like your mother could be saying, this is where you don't necessarily go to her way or your own way. Just to remember, of course, that what you wanted or what she wanted wasn't always achievable in the best ways, and that maybe she had to use more force or more physical strength or direction. And maybe she's saying that's a trap in a way, or maybe she's saying that isn't necessarily the way you have to be. I'll stop.
Well, I have to say here, well, thank you for that. I want to say here also, when I'm looking at that King of Swords, something just came to me and I feel like I need to say it, is that she really wants you to be to she appreciates how you feel about her loss. She understands that. And she knows that maybe it makes you angry, it makes you feel sad, makes you feel bitter, or maybe it makes you feel a little bit unfocused now. And she's really wants to help you through that. She understands, these things are not easy when we lose people in our lives, so important to us, like a mother. And Mr. O knows that more recently than I. But the thing is that she really wants you to try to work on that and get over it. And if you think about her in positive ways and you just talk to her, don't be afraid to talk to her. I do that a lot. Whether I'm doing it mentally, I'm saying and I'm speaking to my mom or my aunts or other people in my family, or I'm doing it out loud, in the privacy of my study or library, etc. So the thing is, feel free to do that. Just let it out. Let your feelings out. You'll feel her presence more around you, and you'll realize that, even though she's physically not here, her presence is still with you because you carry a lot of her energy with you.
Right, I felt that too, and I think that the King of Swords reversed says something different to me. I'm wondering if your mother is concerned about a choice she thinks you have to make, or she sees you having to make, or she doesn't. She's worried about how you may choose. She wonders if you will make the right choice, or if you might apply the wrong reasoning to it. And the only reason I say that is because to me it sort of corresponds to strength reversed, where strength reversed sort of talks about strength, physical strength over compassion to decide things. Is she saying maybe please be careful with a decision you may have to make, or a choice or road you may have to do? It could even be the way your mother may think you may be judging somebody or some situation. Are there other siblings or other people connected between you and her? That kind of thing.
And finally, when I look at the Lenormand, I think it's really kind of a beautiful sentiment here as well. She's hoping that in a sense she has taught you a lot, you as a child, that she has raised you well, she has taught you a lot, and she's hoping that those lessons are what keeps you, motivated, moving forward with your life in positive ways.
And I'm not good enough with the Lenormand to totally get that from this. I understand it as Banshee says it. To me, the book is knowledge and finding out. So because we're doing this reading from the point of view of your mother's connection to you or any resonance, I get that. I get what she's saying there, the feeling that this is what she gave you. She gave you her book of the world in a way. She gave you everything she could, and to make you, who you are.
To help you grow.
To help you grow, right.
And she's hoping you carry those lessons forward in, your life going forward now.
She's still doing it, Zara.
It's the way to keep her memory alive.
If you don't do things like this or don't feel you can, it's okay. But some people have what they call an ancestor altar. It's just maybe a simple place in your home on top of a dresser or whatever, where you can have a photo of her, an image, or something else that feels spiritual, and that you go there to remember her or remember other people that are important.
Well, it is interesting you brought up your mental health because in that King of Swords there, I can kind of see that mental imbalance energy, okay? And so she would, she wants to, I really feel here just maintaining some type of level of contact with her spirit might help you, might ease some of those feelings that you have. So she is with you still. I really believe that. She thinks you can overcome it. And that your light and maybe even some of the experiences that you have gone through, maybe what do I want to say? A model, for others.
There's knowledge or wisdom in being able to figure out how you still need to grow. And uh, many people, are wondering the same things right now. Maybe the strength card also indicates that, the solutions she wants for you are not necessarily through the physical realm of strength, but maybe more through the softer realms of, heart. Good luck.
I like that. All right, good luck with that. I'm so sorry for your loss, and that it's still hurting. And hey, we all heal in our own time frame. So, may you continue to heal. Good luck with that. And Marita is up.
Hi,
And she had a
Marita.
question right above. How my career will progress this year? Will I be staying at the current place or get a different direction?
Right,
Do we
that's
want to
good.
do 2 and 2 on that?
Sure.
Okay.
And I'll need those Lenormand.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Don't forget to watch Banshee's show this Sunday at 10 a.m. She has never missed a show, unlike moi, but I've only missed one maybe. It's The Material Matters, and it's a reading for each sign of the zodiac, giving you the full information for the week ahead, telling you what's up economically and what you can do about it. It gives you the keys to success in business, education, and finance.
I don't know if you're still here, Fire Spawn, but I got to tell you, I know you mentioned SP, and the thing was, yeah, SP disappeared on us too.
That's what
And
happened.
so when people disappear, you get moved, the list moves. So,
We just feel it's always best if you leave us your question. And we realize a lot of people feel really challenged by that in some ways. They don't want to do that until they know they're right there. We can't help you with that.
all right. So,
If you're not here and we've waited a few minutes, we may have to move on.
career in 2 and 2. You're going to do two Lenormand too, right? Okay. I'm ready. All right, so the way I'm going to do this is um, will I be staying at the current place? That was first. That was first. So let's see here. Well, you got the Six of Cups reversed. Ooh, and the Emperor reversed.
With those Lenormands, it's the bear and the coffin.
Ooh, I don't know. I'm getting a very not so great vibe here. Um,
Yeah, I don't like this vibe
I
myself.
like the bear being here, but the coffin, it's tied with the coffin. It's almost as if, you're not feeling it anymore at this job. I'm going to go with the Lenormand first, and then I'm going to explain why after, but I'll leave it for you to
Sure.
go in between. But I want to say with the Lenormand that what I'm feeling here is either your power feels diminished there, and you feel like you have no power and control there anymore, and so you don't feel like staying, like it's coming to an end. And the other thing is, if it's not power, it might even be financially that you're finding like like maybe, I don't know if there's going to be cutbacks in money or something going on here, but it's not very happy for you financially either. It seems like support is ending.
Right, and with the tarot, I sort of see more indications of that. I'm wondering, Marita, if there was any particular friends you might have had there that have left, and so that makes you feel, alone a little bit. Some sense of camaraderie or sense of control, too, with the Emperor reversed, doesn't seem to be available in that current situation in the year ahead or for parts of it.
All right, and yes, okay, so we have the Emperor reversed, and what's the top one again? Shoot.
Six of Cups
Six of
reversed.
Cups reversed. It it just seems as though again the Emperor really ties into the Lenormand in a way that there's this loss of control or this sense of maybe that management changes or shifts and whoever's in charge is.
She just said that.
Are you kidding me?
New manager.
Wow. That's what I'm feeling here because they don't seem as supportive. They may even be micromanaging things, and they're not really fun to work with. And I almost feel like it's just leaving you with bad feelings now about the whole thing, about your longevity there and staying there. So it seems like you're definitely going to want to be looking for something else in this year.
You're definitely not liking it there.
However, let's see what the prospects are for that, or get a different direction. Well, you got the Knight of Cups there, upright. It's hard to say. Maybe the Lenormand will help. You've got Temperance upright. These are positive cards.
They are positive, absolutely.
Yeah.
In the Lenormand, we have the Whip as the first one and the Tower as the second one.
All right. Well,
I get a glimmer here.
I do too. I've got a big glimmer. The Knight of Cups is saying to me, your heart is really into moving on. Your heart is into it. So I think what this is saying is, first off, you should follow your heart. You need something more balanced and stable in your life with temperance here. And that's what the cards are telling me. They're not really saying you're going to find this job per se, but it's saying you should start looking for it. And I feel here with the Whip and the Tower, that's saying to me, you need to start moving on looking for a new place, a new work environment.
And probably the sooner the better. The Whip has a clearing action too, so this may indicate too that you may realize that, it is important for you to get on the ball and look for the new direction. And I realize that your job search has been long and not as fulfilling as you want. I can't promise you that the new direction is better than that, but almost anything would seem to be in a way where you said it yourself. You're not valued there.
So I think this is I can't say I see anything on the horizon at this point, but clearly the cards are saying you need to follow your heart and pursue something that would be more balanced and stable for you. So begin the search. Just decide you're going to do it. And hopefully, maybe we'll try this again and focus more on what new things might be out there. But I think you really need to focus on the search now.
I think that's a question we'll have to take maybe on another time. Some of this, it's hard to say.
I could say this. I would only say this. If your heart is really into the work and you feel it's a more balanced and stable type of work for you, then yes.
Good luck, Marita.
So good luck with that.
And hey, Zara, I see you dropping us a note again. You're very welcome.
Aw. You are very welcome.
We really appreciate the feedback. Thank you so much.
And we appreciate, we try to handle those questions as best we can. We're not perfect, how do I want to say this, mediums, but the cards often have something to say, that we feel we can impart to you. So
thank you, Marita. You're welcome too. Good luck to you. And Sab has left us their question. Thank
Okay,
you, Sab.
wisdom. Thank you, Sab. And we're moving on to Sab.
Right, so that's going to be my cards. Let's grab it.
I think we should be at the point of closing the list.
I agree.
Respond, don't you?
Yep, I agree. So let's close the list with Fire Spawn. Don't go anywhere.
So everybody on the list currently will get a reading.
So that's Sab, Country Love, Jasmina, Alicia, and Fire Spawn. All right. And I'm just adding the list close sign.
And so did I.
All right. Sab wants to know how the year 26 will go for them. What can they expect?
Okay.
And I'm going to use my Crow's Magic Tarot. Here's your other.
So this is one of those readings where I may talk about more than, obviously I'm not going to lead it in one direction, I think. Unless it seems to be a real thematic thing for you here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I may follow your lead then.
There may be love, there may be money, there may be whatever. We'll see. Trials and tribulation. I don't want that.
All right. The Chariot is reversed. The Emperor is upright. The Five of Wands is upright.
Okay.
Letter. And the Anchor. Yeah, we're sorry, Shirley.
Sorry, Shirley. We had a birthday reading tonight, and I think we're pretty much close.
We can catch you next time,
Try
girl.
to catch you next time. All right.
Have a great night yourself.
All right. So, all right. It's an interesting year. I'm not sure we're going to cover a lot about the year, but I will say that I feel here with the the Emperor. That's the Emperor?
No, that's the Chariot reversed.
That's the Chariot reversed was first. It seems as though the year is going to get off to kind of a slow, sluggish start for you. Now, it might be Sob it might be something because you just don't feel the motivation or the drive to move anything forward, or you feel a little bit directionless right now and you don't seem to have a focus. But whatever the case may be, or it just might be the things in your life that you want to happen, it's just like there's delays, there's struggles to get things going and off the ground.
So Sab says that they think they got the letter last time. That's possible.
Okay.
Good job remembering. So I'm agreeing with Banshee that these are probably just the overall trends or events or ideas, that kind of color the year for you, Sab. The Chariot reversed may be saying that in some ways you're not necessarily going to rise to a certain challenge. It could be work related. I'm not sure. It sort of feels like you're moving away from something directly. It could be a confrontation with people or situations, or you're just feeling you're not really totally into something. The Chariot can also speak about being personally or otherwise motivated by something, but this sort of feels like you don't really want to move in that direction. Maybe you want to move in a different direction.
I like that. I think that's nice overall and possible. I don't know why. I just felt maybe it has to do with the start of the year, but it
Okay.
may be something that you will be grappling with throughout the year. This idea that, trying to pull things together and marshal your forces to really accomplish the goals that you want to.
Considering what you said there, Sab, this means this really is something you should pay attention to. You do need to, keep up with that process or similar ones.
So the emperor here, okay, I think that the good news is, and this is why I was wondering if the chariot to me was more of a passing influence like now, that things just aren't moving fast enough for you now. But the emperor indicates to me that you are going to achieve a certain level of control in areas of your life where you may have felt it was lacking before. So whether this is with job, career, or some other elements or areas of your life, you're going to feel more in control of things as the year goes on.
Right. So while your situation looks like you're still really interested in moving ahead career job wise, there is a sense through the year that you feel like you're in charge of that. No matter where you're really going, you set up your process, and, you have other things going on in your life, and you just have that sense of really being in charge there. If there are people who are trustworthy associates or people who can give you information, you should, of course, continue that.
And then
The Five of
ultimately you
Wands.
have the Five of Wands there. I'm going to see this in a couple different areas of your life. In some areas of your life, maybe in interpersonal relations, there might be some difficulties, some disagreements, some conflicts with family or friends or, people you work with or whatever, in your sphere and neighbors, whatever the case may be. But I think here, there is some potential for conflict and some differences that really need to be ironed out. If the how do I want to say, if emotions take over, there could be problems. The second thing I want to say is I do feel that this year is going to be a year of engaging with others, definitely, for better or worse. There may be times you may have, struggles with people and conflicts. There may be other times where you're going to have some very constructive dialogue or some constructive networking that might help you find that job you're looking for, something like that.
It occurred to me that one of the things I have not mentioned in a while, but sometimes the chariot reversed could indicate mobility problems. Maybe it means something about a car or vehicle that is going to give you problems, or that's going to be your goal, trying to correct it or trying to deal with it. So I just want to throw that out there about the chariot one more time.
Oh,
But
that's a nice thought.
I do think that the Emperor and the Five of Wands both relate to that idea of engagements going on in your life. So I appreciate Banshee mentioning that. I do think that the Five of Wands in particular shows that some things are maybe approaching more confrontation. So you might find this is a busy year where you're, just sort of dealing with things, and maybe things are a little bit on the trying to find everybody cooperating level. So of course you're going to always have people who want to be more of a maverick if this is more of a group process, but hopefully you can use those Emperor's abilities to bring people more together where you can.
Now, obviously, I can't really give you a time frame on this, but the Lenormand is very intriguing to me, Sab. Especially since you keep talking about, jobs and work. I kind of feel here that sometime this year, you will be anchored somewhere, whether if it's work, right? You want to find a career or a job that you can settle into, or if you want to find a home or a place to live that you want to settle into. I think there will be some paperwork coming to you that, like for example, a letter giving you a job offer, a letter stating that you've got a loan for, oops, I'm sorry, a loan for a home or property, so it's something like that. And I think that's why the letter is with the anchor. Something some news or something is going to come to you that will anchor you somewhere and you'll feel like you can stay there a while.
I'm going to go slightly differently, and I don't think it's totally, hard to say this, but the anchor in the letter sort of indicates that you may be considering, even when you do land a good job, still looking at other possibilities. And so maybe you're anchored to the process of looking for other advancements too. I could see that as a possibility, that you're just trying to keep engaged with finding a good job, a good career, even when you do land something that's good for now.
Wow, so good luck with that.
Good luck,
Looks
Sam.
pretty good for 2026.
We wish you luck in getting a good job.
Country love is up.
Hi, country love. I think they asked about Sarge
Oh,
and whether it was something to do with the honeymoon period. You're welcome, Seb. I'll look it up. I saw it there.
oh, here it is. I've been entertaining a Virgo, Sarge. Mentally and emotionally, he intrigues me. But overall, what's the possibility of him still being a great fit for me beyond the honeymoon period? I like that question. Let's see what deck I want to use.
All right. So will Sarge work out after the honeymoon?
After the honeymoon period is over. Well, let's use the Numinous Tarot. Oh, oops. You're very welcome, Sab.
And we appreciate you.
Well, if you do get that job, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, please
Good luck
let
with
us
that.
know it works out. Hey, Jasmina.
Well, it's called the Founder in this deck, but it's the Emperor
Okay,
upright.
the Emperor.
The Dreamer of Tomes is here, which is Pentacles.
That's
And
probably the page.
that is upright. I believe that is true, but don't
Quote you.
don't quote me on that. Let's see here. Hold on. 8, 9, 10. The Dreamers are pages. Yes. All right. And the Knight of Candles.
Knight of Wands. Well, I get a little bit of interesting things here, but let's throw out our Lenormand. It's the Stork and a book. Book and Stork.
Huh. Okay, so after the honeymoon period, how will this work out? Well, I think that basically one of the things that may work out well is this idea of who's going to lead. And guess what? I think you're both interested in co-sharing the lead. I think there's some equanimity here, or this sense of maybe power issues are something that you will have to work on after the honeymoon period, just to make sure that everybody is being treated the way they respectfully in the relationship, both of you, and that, you're respecting each other's needs, desires, and goals and dreams.
Well, maybe that's going to be the way it is. I actually think, Country Love, you're going to be the boss. I don't know why. Maybe because you asked the question to begin with. But one way or the other, I sort of feel that even if the power differential is different, they're more subservient in some respects. It's still something that both of you agree to. The emperor has his court. His court is somebody he really enjoys having with him to help him, navigate his day too. So one way or the other, it seems to me like it's a good relationship with,
I like it.
Who's in charge.
You know why? Because I also think that maybe the emperor's here because it's saying this is a power relationship. This could be.
Well, you said they were Virgo, right?
Oh.
By the way, hi CJ, and we're sorry, but we have closed our list.
Yeah, we do apologize, CJ. You're welcome to stay and chat.
We got 15 minutes and we got to get through 3 or 4 readings. So,
So at any rate, that's what we're seeing here. So it's pretty interesting. And then we go on to
the Page of Pentacles,
okay.
reversed.
So I feel after the honeymoon period is over, so to speak, there's some real world issues that you both have to iron out with one another. I think, to ground the relationship and make sure it's on solid ground, you have to take care of some practical matters and concerns and be on the same page with them. And that at times might be a little bit of a stumbling block and a challenge for you both.
Right. When I'm looking at that, and I think that definitely is Sarge, is that although you like him for all the good reasons you've mentioned, there may be something about him that is less intellectually or otherwise curious, that maybe you feel that sometimes they don't match your appetite for new things or exploring new things. This may be specific to one particular area, like maybe it's more about learning new things, like maybe they're less of an overachiever in terms of learning new things, something like that. That's the general idea, is that maybe they're not exactly as driven as you are. And I'm not saying you're overdriven. I'm just saying they don't match you in this one area, perhaps.
And it's pretty interesting, the last card there, because I almost think, that could be Sarge, but he's a Virgo. There's a lot of fire energy and heat there, so it could just be the attractive element of Sarge to you. I feel that he's very, I might want to say too, that he's very attracted or committed. Maybe it's the idea of committed to seeing where this is going to go.
Yes, I think that's exactly right. And so these two together represent two different things. Like, this is the thing that maybe it's fungible with, how you see that. But this is the thing you really like, is that he really is, like any knight, moving towards what he wants. In this case, it's the passion of your relationship, I think.
And so finally, when I'm looking at this, I think that what it's saying to me is, after the honeymoon is over, now the learning begins.
Ooh.
Now the process of really getting deeper with one another, learning people's ins and outs, facing reality rather than that, fluffy feeling that, a hot attraction will make for us, right?
Each of you have a lot to show or bring to each other.
About each other.
And this will be the beginning of that once you get over that period and move ahead.
Yeah, then it's a real learning curve. Now it might be more fun and games, but eventually things get a little bit more serious and you need to, start ironing out some things with one another. So I feel overall it's really pretty positive. I do.
As long as Sarge doesn't say, drop and give me 20.
You're silly. You're silly. Wow. Well, good luck with that. That was an interesting read,
That was pretty cool.
country.
It just worked out exactly the way it needed to. All right, Jasmina's up. Hey,
Yep.
Jasmina. Mr. O is going to grab a deck over here. Well, that's a pretty tight timeline, Jasmina. We'll see how we do with that. It may be that our vision might, move beyond that a little bit, or we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you asked a question, so we can answer it.
Well,
Or try.
let's say next 4 weeks and see what the prospects look
Sure.
like. Let's do that. Yeah.
It's clear, though, that, yeah, hey, somebody helped me get out of a toxic workplace once, maybe more than once even. So we wish you luck with that because nobody likes to work.
I'm hungry, CJ.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I know. We only scarfed down little sandwiches because we took a nap
We
and
took a nap and then it's like, oh my gosh, the show. Ah! Well, we both had busy days in different ways today. Mr. O had to work. I worked out.
I went to the gym and canceled my training. I'm still going to go to the gym and work
Our
out on my
personal
own.
training because our personal trainer disappeared. And so
Yeah.
we just decided we're done with
And
that.
the manager, he said, that was Kyle, right?
Should have asked him what the heck happened to him.
Or no, it wasn't. He didn't say that was Kyle. He said, you had Kyle because I said we're canceling. And like, everybody knew.
I think because we talked to what's her name at the front desk, she probably told him.
Samantha. Yes, that's probably right. Okay, here we go, Jasmina. Let's see what we got. It's the King of Pentacles. Upright.
That's good.
Yeah, I think so. It's the reversed Three of Swords. This is good too.
Okay, well,
And it's the reversed Seven of Pentacles.
okay.
These are,
This does fit something,
this fits something,
but
yes.
there is a dark side.
There is a dark side. It's the mountains. First, there is a mountain. And the garden.
Wow, an interesting reading overall. I think the King of Pentacles indicates that, you really are just going to be working hard. If you work hard on this, and you dedicate yourself to putting in the effort to looking for better jobs or a job that at least is more stable and less combative than what you're dealing with, the toxic workplace. I think you could find it. But you really have to, show employers, your best. So you have to be totally ready to do this. And I don't know, maybe 4 weeks is a little premature. The King of Pentacles, being a pentacle, it does take time sometimes to achieve your goals. And so it's saying they'll get to work on them now. And then you might be able to move this forward if you do so.
I love that. And the King of Pentacles is really in charge of managing their lives, managing maybe more than just their own life. It represents a huge potential to really control and direct forces and energies, resources, etc. in your life. So this is saying this is the kind of quality you need to have. You need to work on being in charge of how you deploy yourself to seek other jobs or other, employments there. And coming up in this card, it's really in this reading, it's a good sign because it shows you have this potential. If you don't realize it, you should, because you have the potential to be that kind of a manager.
Now, that being said, that it may be longer than 4 weeks, I am seeing here a sure sign of some type of recovery coming, that maybe it's possible
Three of Swords reversed.
you will find something along the way here that will ease, some of the pain you've been experiencing on your present job. It's still, like I said, it may take a little more time to play out, and it's a lot depends on you here. A lot depends on your ability to really keep at it, keep believing in yourself, keep showing employers your best, and even if you get rejected once, twice, thrice, or more, you just keep holding that attitude and keep working towards this. Because there's nothing worse than having a job you spend endless hours at. Think about how many hours we spend of our lives working. And really, we should try to find something we can enjoy, or at the very least, that provides us some semblance of security and comfort.
I love the Three of Swords reverse, because the Three of Swords reverse says after something that really has hurt you emotionally, and a lot of times it refers to a breakup or a passing, but in your case it must be referring to working in this very toxic environment. You will be able to heal. So of course this suggests you are getting away from there. If you're not getting away from there, you're learning how to really try to remove yourself from the toxic events. But I don't think you can do that without really removing yourself. So I think it's a given that you are going to get away from there. It's a question of when. And that's when the recovery for yourself really will happen, Jasmina.
Being that the Seven of Pentacles is here, is that upright?
It's reversed.
It's reversed. Okay, good, because I
Good.
I think I was leaning that way. So being that the Seven of Pentacles, it really does tie into this
Yes, it
by
does.
saying that you're going to be leaving something behind that did not prove fruitful for you, that was just not good for you and was not good for growth, that was stagnation. And I feel like you're going to give it up. You're going to give it up. And for you to be able to give it up, I believe that means you will probably be able to find something else somewhere down the road here. I'm going to stop there before I go to the Lenormand.
I almost get a feeling with that card that this is saying something kind of renews that was set aside. And I'm wondering if this is saying a possibility of another position that maybe you tried for before, it's open again, or you have another possibility going there. It feels like that is a possibility, that something you did before could suddenly start to reactivate. But even if that's not exactly what it is, this is saying this is a moment where you are reactivating, you are moving ahead and working on what you want to grow, because that's literally in the picture.
And so the Lenormand presents the challenges. And I feel here, the garden is about networking and, probably this idea of applying for jobs, maybe even talking to people that trying to see if anybody can recommend something to you. There are challenges here. There is a mountain to climb still. And so that's why I feel, when I look at that and I mentioned the Emperor to you, I'm sorry, the King of Pentacles to you, that is what this is about. You just have to remain strong and steadfast, regardless of, how long it takes. Be in it to win it, because I feel there is an outcome here for you. And if nothing else, even if you're dealing with a horrible environment right now, you've got to feel better about being able to take the reins and try to do something constructive about it.
I'm glad to hear you have faith, and I love your positivity, Jasmina. It's going to work better for you than the opposite. The garden leads towards the mountain, and this is saying that a lot of this is how you cast yourself out to the public, in this case, other potential employers, and for some of them, they won't feel you're coming to them up that mountain, but you got to keep trying.
That's right.
You will get up there.
You will get to the top of that mountain. Good luck with that.
Best wishes for the new year.
Alicia,
Hi, Alicia.
you are up.
I hope you're here.
She is. She just said hi.
Hi. I'd hate to have to not answer your question.
What
All
is
right.
next with my work bids?
That's going to
Uh-oh.
be yours.
All right.
I'll
Yes,
take those
it is.
lemons.
And you need that. There you go.
And I need to get more liquido.
Oh.
Very. Mr. O had a good workout. He's thirsty.
I'll use this deck. These are big cards. Or a handful. Well, I worked out today. I went to the store and found out they were closing. I'm sad about that. And then I went. I've been busy all day. Oh my goodness, I've been busy all day. So I just, when Mr. O went up to nap, I thought to myself, boy, that sounds like a great idea.
And so it was.
And then we almost overslept.
It was weird because when I lay down there, I said, now remember, you can't really nap here as long as you'd like.
I'm glad you got up because I was not, obviously.
Happy New Year.
He tried to say something to me. I guess I didn't hear it. And then he turned the light on. Like, oh.
Shocking.
All right. Well, okay, we've got the Nine of Cups reversed. Why are we starting with that? I'm not happy. Then we got the Two of Coins upright. The Nine of Coins upright.
Framed by 2 9s.
That is interesting.
It's the scythe. And the mountain.
Well, it's hard for a scythe to cut through a mountain, isn't it? But it
Yeah.
is facing it, right?
It's really pacing more that way. There's a slight curve at the end. I'll let you look at that
that
more.
makes okay. Well, let me just say that you're not happy right now with the way things have been going. I'm assuming because the Nine of Cups is reversed. It's as if you're not manifesting either the bids that you would like, the type of bids you would like to get, um, or you're not getting as many as you had hoped.
Is it possible that you sort of feel there's something unlucky or unfair about one in particular or the process in general? Like you feel something doesn't have luck where you need it, or you are dubious about how well it will do for you if you do achieve it, like you're not sure it's going to be as satisfying to you regardless.
I do feel like this situation is a bit draining on you as well. So, but when I look at the Two of Pentacles, it's at least saying there is some stability or balance coming if you're not feeling it right now. There'll be some things that will kind of balance out, but it's really going to be tenuous and it may not last. I mean, I can, sometimes with the Two of Pentacles, I kind of feel it could go up, it could go down. You're going to be facing maybe kind of a feast or famine situation coming. I'm really thinking more in terms of something might come in, but then maybe something doesn't happen you were hoping would happen, and there just seems to be a tenuous balance happening.
Look what's going on, though. This balance is between these two
I know.
nines,
I know.
and this 9 is in a way almost the opposite of that 9.
I know.
And that's a much better 9, Alicia,
is.
because that says you're enjoying or you're feeling like you did reach comfort or you did reach a sense of satisfaction. So I'm almost wondering if this is saying half of them will and half of them won't. You know, the 2 of coins is the dividing line, or that half of them will feel like they're working out, but the other half will feel like they're not worth the effort, as Banshee mentioned earlier.
Yeah, honestly, that last card befuddled me, but you know, it's true. It's interesting here. On one hand, it's saying, you know, at the end here, so I mean, maybe what I'm thinking is that after a turbulent period, and I think that's now or coming, you know, after a little bit of ups and downs, things might stabilize for you. Things might stabilize and feel more comfortable to you, both financially and just, you know, with your flow of work as well.
Well, it means that some of these bids are going to work out, but some of them may not. Now, with the Lenormand, the mountain leading towards the
Maybe you
center.
don't have anything going right now. Okay. So, yeah,
So I guess what it's saying is that as you move forward, you're going to have about a 50. Well, I'm seeing like maybe the chances that it's going to be mixed success.
it's mixed success for now, if any, and you might get something that, you know, the way I look at it is you get things that may tide you over, but there's also going to be dry spells. It's just really up and down and turbulent right now. But I do feel that because the 2 is upright, you are going to be able to balance out. You are going to be able to balance out, but it's not going to be easy. And ultimately, though, I do think this period will come to an end at some point, and things will improve. Conditions will improve. I can't exactly say when, but if we're looking like at maybe a month cycle, for example, maybe by month's end or starting in February, you might start seeing business picking up
I'm
again.
not good with the timeline here, but I do feel
Yeah.
this says that ultimately you're feeling more satisfied towards the end of this time period.
This time period. It's really hard for me to say how long this is going to be. You might, if things don't, you know, you might want to check in with us again on this question at the end of January and see what's going on. I'm looking at the mountains too here again, and the Cycthus here, but I can't see how the Cycthus is useful in cutting through the problems.
Are there difficulties in that process of trying to cut away things or change things?
I was just going to say, I think there's frustration over some of these obstacles and struggles that you are having right now. So you're going to feel pretty frustrated during this time period. But I do feel hopefully that there's some good shift coming where everything is going to be a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more secure, and you're going to feel like you're getting what you feel you've deserved.
I don't exactly understand your work process, but what this feels like to me is that those things that are impediments, you figure out which ones you can do without. If there's a process that has too many obstacles in front of it, you either find a different way to go or you eliminate that totally, in a way that if there are things that just are too many roadblocks to getting you where you want to go, then you don't want to do them.
That's what we see right now. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Wish I had better news than that. Now we've made it to Fire Spawn.
Hi, Fire Spawn.
Hi, Fire Spawn. Question. I sent Ben a message recently, so I'm just curious what his current energy is towards me in this fresh start of the new year. Okay, with that in mind that you sent a message. Okay, so I take it you did not hear back.
So, Alicia, I remember you talking about the telehealth before, um, and I get the feeling that it's something that you want to really work out, but it's also very frustrating because there's all these impediments towards getting there.
Sounds like if that reading was about that at all, it sounds like that frustration's continuing for a while, and you're not getting out of it what you feel you should. Um, I would say that. So hopefully conditions will improve, or maybe I feel almost that it might mean that something else will come along. So I wish you luck.
All right, my deck. I want to use this one.
You are very welcome, and Happy New Year to
Happy
you.
New Year. Good luck.
Wow. You'll be interested in seeing the Lenormand fire spawn. It's interesting. All right. Not that Mr. Rose cars won't be. I'm sure they will be.
Happy New Year to you.
Oh, the Warrior Tarot.
What is Ben's current energy?
Oh, I don't know how many people are still here, but I just want to say I had good news at the start of my year. My blood test, my cancer blood test came out great. So I think I'm staying the course for now with my medications. No increase, no change. I was so happy to see that test. It was very good. Woohoo!
All right, Fire Spawn. The first card is the upright Queen of Swords.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And then it's the upright Seven of Cups.
The Queen of Swords upright, the Seven of Cups upright. Okay.
Yeah.
This could be interesting.
Reversed, we have another seven, the reverse Seven of Wands.
Oh, that's wands? Okay.
Yeah, it is Wands.
Oh.
The Crossroads. And the letter.
You,
The letter.
you said you sent a message. Wow.
Thank you, Fire Spawn. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Fire Spawn. Well, you stay healthy too, my friend.
Yes.
It's just like I take it test by test, and so far so good. I'm pretty happy because this is year 6, the start of year 6 in my cancer journey. So, it's just always on my mind. So anyway, there we are.
Spirits.
The Queen of Swords. So I think you've given them a lot to think about, maybe, by sending this message. They're thinking about things and they're analyzing maybe what their next move should be.
They feel very good about making a choice. They don't feel pressured. They don't feel it's a choice that they have to make. They just feel good that they have this ability to make a choice. But having said that, they may be feeling that they have other things going on that they're thinking about. It's not necessarily other people they're interested in, but they may have a lot of stuff going on that, is kind of muddying the waters for them. It might be career speculations, or if they have other people in their lives that have responsibilities, children or parents from other situations.
Yeah, the Seven of Cups upright indicates that they may have a lot on their plate right now, or they're really scattered with their thoughts right now. They can't really decide what it is they want to do. They really do. You've given them something to think about, but they've got a lot to think about right now, I guess. So
Taking us to the reverse Seven of Wands, I sort of sense that maybe they feel a little sad or semi-defeated, that they sort of feel like they don't have the ability to do more that they might want to, or that something sort of keeps them from being able to move in the direction they want. I don't necessarily think that's about you, but that maybe they just seem to feel they're not able to readily decide or move in a particular direction.
Yeah, I almost think they're a little bit down on themselves for some reason
I
right
get
now.
that. Yeah.
I'm getting that. Like they feel disadvantaged or just not really a little bit insecure. They're insecure. I don't know if they have any kind of um, bad feelings about some way they've left things with you in the past or what the situation.
The letter literally makes them feel they're at a crossroads.
Well, I'm getting to that, but I'm
Okay.
not sure it has anything to do with that per se.
Gotcha.
I think that maybe there's just something maybe burbling up between the communications. Oh, it could be from
Okay.
work. Big project coming up. Okay, you've
Wands
been
relate
supportive.
to enterprise and business and stuff.
I feel here, yeah, I mean, that could be. They feel like they are, like everything is kind of,
Stretched.
right there. Well, everything is kind of coming at them. I guess that's what I want to say. And they're just like, really trying to get their head together. They really got to get their head together and think things through. The letter is interesting because yeah, the letter has put them at a crossroads right now, and they have to decide how they want to respond to you, what they want to tell you, about what's been going on here, maybe, or I don't know if they've been kind of uncommunicative lately. I have a feeling maybe they might communicate and they may talk about what's been going on and where things are heading in their lives right now. That crossroads card is very interesting to me, but clearly they've received your letter or your email, whatever it is, and your DM, and they're giving it some thought. But I do think they're going through some stuff right now. Some internal struggling is going on, some lack of focus, or some lack of confidence.
Banshee hates when I do this, and I haven't done it in a long time. Look at the bottom
Are you going to
card.
sing? Oh, okay. What do you got?
It's the reverse Knight of Pentacles. And so
Knight or nine?
Knight.
Knight. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
hmm
I couldn't hear.
So it does sort of say, like, in a sense, they're kind of paralyzed.
Well, they're really slow.
They're really slow.
Slow to respond
They have
actually,
reasons,
if
yes.
they haven't already. And they're feeling kind of drained. I really feel like they're drained. So yeah, if you could be supportive and keep offering support, that might be helpful. But
I'd say bottom line is that probably um, they like whatever's happening, but they're just really busy and they need some gentle gloves in a way, if you can, a gentle touch.
yeah, I kind of think so. I think that they're just, and so it may seem like they're being insensitive at times. And well, I can't rule out that they, are or aren't here, but I feel that it's more a sense of they're just not together right now. So they may need just a little bit more support and just you letting them know you're there when they're ready to, come around or whatever. That's probably going to be very helpful. So
Good luck.
that's the best I can tell you. Good luck with that. But it's interesting because the letters showed up. I've been having these crazy synchronicities lately, so none of this surprises me.
It is what it is when it
It is
comes
what
to
it
that.
So good luck with that.
Good luck, Fire Spawn.
Wow, well, we
Glad we
made
could
it.
squeeze you in.
15 minutes over time,
Not
but
bad.
we're glad to do it. I want to thank everybody for stepping in today. We're sorry we couldn't get to everybody. And we hope to see you all really soon. So take care and Happy New Year to you all. And I
Thanks.
hope that things start going well for you.
Okay,
Right?
we just might want to look at what Fire
Oh.
Spawn said, because the feedback is good. I appreciate that.
Okay, awesome.
I think so.
Okay,
I think we
so
have a good
too.
agreement there.
So hang in there a while. I didn't see anything, malevolent or nebulous here. So just hang in there a
There
while.
isn't anyone else, I don't think.
Good luck with that. So take care, everybody, and we hope to see you all real soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.